I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. So I don't think that Trump is going to allow elections. And depending on the speed of what's happening, that martial law could come as early as this year, 2025. It could come as early as 2025. It's definitely Trump is not going to let the Congress that now has a very narrow House of Representatives has a very narrow lead, one or two persons in terms of the majority in there. He's not going to let that happen. And the same thing in the Senate. He's not going to let there be an election where the Senate can be ruled by the Democrats and the House of Representatives ruled by the Democrats. He's not going to let that happen. Not that they could perhaps do things against him, but they certainly could impeach him. Here's why Trump is not going to let, and I'm going to let you go, he's not going to let there be an election in 2026 because if the House of Representatives wins the majority and so does the Senate, they can impeach Trump, and this time he will go. And not only that, but he will go to jail because the moment Trump gets impeached and gets kicked out of the White House by the Democrats, both in the House of Representatives and in the Senate, immediately the sheriffs will be waiting outside the White House to send him to jail for the 34 counts of felony, convicted here in New York. So he's not going to allow an election. You wouldn't allow an election. You wouldn't do it either. You wouldn't allow an election that will put you and put you to shame as well, embarrassment. Lose all your money, lose Trump Tower. There'll be Manning written on the Trump Tower down on Fifth Avenue. It'd be Manning's Tower. Well, I don't know if that's necessarily something I would want, but you get the idea. I'm not predicating this statement of no elections, martial law, because I want you to vote for me as mayor. But I need to let you know that perchance as mayor I can help, I can do something. And not just here in the city of New York, but nationally, if not nationally, globally, as the mayor of the city of New York. But martial law is coming. There's just no way. Trump has no choice. He's not going to change his. He has no choice. He has no choice to protect himself. But more specifically, if you understand his mindset, he wants to see himself as the king of the world, as the richest man of the world, as the man with the most power, the man who has absolute power over the world. That's what he wants. He's not the only one that has wanted it. Napoleon wanted it. Genghis Khan wanted it. Mao Zedong wanted it. He's not the only one. So you out there pick on him as some sort of if you're a new flower in the garden. He's just one of a whole line of people that have wanted to be the ruler of the world. In fact, that's what the devil wanted, and to some degree got. Don't hate me. Just listen to this over again and discuss it with sometimes you talk too much. You just have to just stop and listen. You just talk too much. You're setting up a defense for Trump. You're going to defend him here, defend him here, and just stop. Just listen. And you don't have to be angry. If what I'm saying isn't true, you don't have to be angry. The reason why you get angry is because you feel that it is true and that it will come to pass and that you've made a mistake and that you've made a decision that is going to hurt a lot of people. In fact, a number of people could be shot at protest marches because you gave Trump the gun to shoot them. You gave Trump the gun to take grandma's welfare check, welfare association. You gave Trump the gun to shoot protesters. You gave Trump the power to take away grandma's Social Security check, her Medicare. You gave Trump the power to take away veterans' benefits, men that went on the battlefield in the rice paddies of Vietnam or in the ice patches of Germany and France during World War II. These veterans that protected this nation with their lives, you gave Trump the power to cut their services, to cut the hospitals and the support system that they need to maintain their lives after having such a wretched experience on the battlefield. You gave Trump the power to do that, and Trump gave the power to Elon Musk. Is that the reason to be angry with me? That's the truth. That now you can say it needs to be done because there's a lot of waste and fraud. Listen, I would rather that there be $1 billion a year in waste and fraud in the Veterans Benefit, the Veterans Administration, and that would happen every year, rather than one veteran that risked his life to protect this nation from foreign forces to be cut off. I'd rather that the $1 billion go down the tube, but that one veteran gets protected, just one, that he does not lose his protection. So what if we lose $1 billion? That veteran risked his life. Lose the $1 billion in a slush fund, but do not take any benefits away from that veteran. And you are saying, no. That veteran who protected this nation with his life is worth more than $10 billion. It's worth more than the veterans that lay on battlefields, died on battlefields, is worth trillions of dollars. So let the waste and fraud continue, but protect. Come on now, brother. Protect that. Protect. If it takes waste and fraud to make sure that veteran gets benefits, he can get a doctor's appointment. He doesn't have to wait months before he gets medication. He gets the right treatment. He gets taken care of. He gets his check on time. If it takes billions of dollars in waste to get that to happen, let the billions of waste continue. Let the fraud continue. But protect these veterans. Protect grandma's Social Security check. Because if after that, she ain't got nothing. So if it takes billions of dollars, well, we've been putting up for years, we'll put up with it for a few more years. If it takes billions of dollars in the Social Security, which it doesn't, to get grandma her check and grandma to get her Medicare, then let the waste and fraud continue. But let grandmama live her last days in peace. Let grandma live her last days not worrying about how she's going to put food on the table and pay the rent. Pay the electric bill. You're going to make yourself so smart that you have gotten rid of fraud and waste, but you also killed grandma in the process. You use a shotgun to shoot at a gnat. So you got rid of waste and fraud. You got rid of this and that. But you killed grandma also. Grandma's dead because you're trying to get rid of waste and fraud. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what's happening. That's what's happening. And when everybody wakes up to what I'm just waking you up to, they're going to rise up and Trump's going to call martial law, take away your rights, come to arrest me. They'll come to take me for what I've said right now. They'll come to arrest me and anybody else that says it. And put us on a plane and fly us down to Venezuela, shave my head, cut off my hair, put tattoos on my back that weren't there before, make me bend down and walk, look like I'm some sort of vicious animal, throw me on a plane, put chains on my, big old chains on my hand, chains on my feet, and throw me on a plane and fly me down to Venezuela and say I'm a terrorist and Manning's a terrorist, is what they'll do. And nobody can say anything. Is that what you're going to protect? No. I'm not for fraud and waste, God forbid. God knows I'm not. But if solving the problem of fraud and waste means that the soldiers that gave their lives and protected this nation on the battlefield, if it means that they get cut off, that they die early, that they die in pain and suffering, that they sense they've been deserted by their nations, that they want to commit suicide, that they're unable to get the medication, that they're in pain, that they're in misery, they're in spiritual pain, and the nation and the flag that they defended no longer protects them under the auspices of we're getting rid of fraud and waste. We're getting rid of fraud and waste. Then let the fraud and waste continue, but protect these veterans. Protect grandma's Social Security check. Protect grandma. Don't let her spend her last days scrounging around to try to live because some person named Elon Musk has a wise idea that there's too much fraud and waste in our government. But we got to kill grandma to get rid of the fraud and waste. That's not wise. That's not of God. And to hate me, to unite against me because of what I've said, is folly. There will not be elections in 2026. There will not be the freedom of speech. This nation, speak as loud as you can now, if you will, because that privilege is going to be taken away in not too many days. By this time, 2026, a year from now, that freedom will be taken away from you. And you, my friend, you gave Trump the power. You gave him the pen and the gun, the sword and the paper to take away the freedoms of America, and they'll never come back again, not in your lifetime. I'm James Everett Manning, everybody. I'm the Lord's servant.